The financial chance, we're talking about money, always about money and the financial chance. Anything that is related to finance, we will talk about. And if you have anything that you're curious about, please leave a comment below. And if I know the answer to the question, I will definitely reply or make a video about it. If I don't know about it, I'm not going to talk about it because I like to stay in my own lane. And I think people should always do that because then you're going to have people misinformed. Today, we're going to talk about credit score, how important it is, how corporations scam you into getting a good credit score. I personally think it's a scam, not because of what it could get you, but the way to get to a good credit score. So again, like I say, fully transparent on everything I do. I'm going to show you guys my credit score, which is pretty decent. So as you see, that's my credit score, and that's pretty good. The max credit score you could ever get is 850. And I'm at 816. Just wanted to show you guys, not here to brag, but I just wanted to show you guys that I have a decent credit score, and whatever is coming out of my mouth obviously has some say, I guess. But again, this is not financial advice. This is my experience as a consumer and how I got a good credit score. And again, it's to inform you guys the process and what exactly it took and how I think it's a scam. A credit score is not really that important unless you're trying to get a house or a car. I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard Warren Buffett talk on debt, but he says if you have to borrow money in regards to him trading, which was margin, you shouldn't be trading because that means that you were incapable of making the right predictions over and over, and hence you have to borrow more money, because if you would have gotten it right, you obviously don't need margin or credit. So obviously this is a little different because you could buy a house, you could buy, a car or whatever you want to buy with a good credit score. However, I think society gives a misconception on how to get that credit score. So when I was young, I am a victim of this myself. I think that a lot of people open credit cards just to open them so that they could quote unquote build up their credit. So as you may know, a lot of people say that if you want a good credit score, you need to use your credit card and pay it down. And I think that's a complete scam. A lot of people open credit cards to either get the points, the initial bonus, try to build up their credit score, or take advantage of the 0 APR. So first of all, the more credit cards you have, it's actually terrible, because if you do plan to get a house and your credit line is too big, they're going to ask you to shut some of the credit cards down so that they're not as risky when they lend you this money. And that tells you a lot. That tells you a lot that when you are trying to get a mortgage, they want to make sure that your credit limit is not too high and that you don't have access to all this credit, because now we know what credit is meant to do to you, which is hurt you. Because a lot of people, and it's a fact of life, are not disciplined to not use the credit card as much as possible. They're made to, people are not disciplined and they'll continuously use a credit card, not keeping track of what expenses they have to pay. At the beginning, they might be, and they might keep track of everything that they do. But as people have that credit card and get complacent, they start using that credit card all the time without knowing if they can pay for it or not. And one of the best things that credit cards company do is to give you that 0 APR, because with the 0 APR, after you spend more than you need to spend, your mindset is going to be like, it's okay. There's 0 APR and I could pay it back slowly as long as I make the minimum payment. And that's how people get trapped. They end up spending way too much money, even though it's 0 APR. Within those 12 months, they're not capable of paying it back. And that's when the bank gets your interest going, and you have to pay interest after those 12 months. And that's how they make their money. So I think it's ultimately a scam, because you could build credit even if you don't have a credit card by paying bills or doing this or that. You don't need to open a credit card just for that. And even so, if you have a credit card, make sure you are disciplined to not spend all the money within the card. Make sure that you're keeping less than half of the balance. No, sorry. You want more than half of the balance unused to have a good credit score. You want to make payments on time, etc. As you can see, I don't use my credit card. How do I do this? payment history, credit card use, 0%. That is my total credit that I spend, which is 0, and my credit score is still high. As you can see, my total accounts is 33, which is terrible because this was when I was young and I wanted to take advantage of those 0 APRs, go buy stuff, take advantage of those card points, which leads me to open one after another. And guess what? I'm probably going to have to close out most of those in the future anyways, because the bank would probably say it's too risky. And that's something that you guys have to think about. Make sure you don't have any derogatory marks, which is like if you ever go into collection. And this is very important. You guys should always make sure to check your credit report, because a lot of the time you don't know that you have an open credit card and there's money there that you haven't paid. You'll probably get a letter in the mail, but if you moved, you'll never get that letter. So be very aware. Always look over your credit report. There's a lot of information there that sometimes you never knew, like someone ran your credit here, or maybe your identity was stolen, whatever the case might be. Always pay your credit card in time, and credit age. That's just how long. You don't need a lot of credit cards. Open one maybe and just leave it, because credit age does play a factor. So the longer you have that credit card, your credit score will go high. They also look at if you used your credit card. So if you had the credit card for a while and you never used it, sometimes they'll send you a letter saying that they'll close it if you don't use it or whatever. But if you're spending what you need and paying it off and then being able to control yourself, yes, it is a very good way to build your credit. But a lot of people are not disciplined. How many people have said that they will go to the gym every day and don't do it? This is the same thing. So just make sure credit score is important. You could get a better interest rate or whatever, but in the end, again, financial chance. This is financial literacy. If you do buy a home, I would hope that you guys buy a 2-family so that you have cash flow coming in and not relying solely on your income, because to me, a house is a liability. If you want to learn more about this, comment below. If there's anything you want to learn about, comment below. Make sure to press the subscribe button and press that bell notification so every time a video comes out, you guys will be notified. I thought about this and I thought it would be useful for you guys. If you like the video, please comment, please like the video. Thank you guys. And if you guys are looking for trading books or motivational books or my setup, whatever, trading stuff, look at the description below. There's a ton of links there.